Alright, this is Glenn, the Paternal Nerd. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube, for watching my channel. We are at Sanctuary Hills. I just realized that I have an extra settler here now. A settler came into Sanctuary Hills and started farming automatically, so our food production has gone up to 18, and therefore our defense now 25. It is too low. It needs to be 28 or higher, so we're going to build some extra defenses into this place. Turrets so that my settlers can continue to farm. So we will not be doing guard posts. We will be doing turrets, especially since after doing the mission with Paladin Dance just now, we have more than enough circuitry with all the garbage that we accumulated in the labs where all those synths were. So actually, we're gonna pimp out our crib, as the kids say, with some cool new toys. Just because, hey, you know, if you got a workshop, you might as well have machine guns parked on it. There we go, our defense is up to 35. We're happy. So let's look at our other workshops just to make sure that there's nothing that we need to worry about. Abernathy Farm, I do not have a settlement beacon there, so it's basically going to be stuck at 3 people. I think maybe more settlers will come in if the happiness goes up high enough, even without a beacon. Grey Garden. Grey Garden, again, I do not have a settlement beacon there, and I really don't want one because I got some robots there. I really got everything out of Grey Garden that I wanted, which was to basically be able to scrap all the stuff lying around in Grey Garden and then still be able to get the junk without having to mule it over. Red Rocket. Red Rocket does have a beacon. I needed the beacon to just get people there in the first place. It's got 3 people, it's got 7 beds, it's got 3 water and 6 food. It's fine. You should have, if you want the happiness to go as high as it possibly can, you want 1 food and 1 water per person. And then you want the food and the water added together. That your defense needs to be higher than that number. So for the time being, Red Rocket's perfectly fine. If Red Rocket ends up being overpopulated, I will just, 4, 5, 6 people, I'll just start sending those people to Sanctuary Hills because I want them here farming my food, which I'm going to use to turn into adhesive and other things. We're going to return to the Cambridge police station, and we're going to continue to work with Dance and them.
All right, out with it. What's your game? Game? What do you mean? I can usually size people up. You're not military, so I can figure out why.
What can I say?
There's nothing you can say. Trust is earned through.
Right.
But if you step out of line and... So, ready for your assignment, hero?
Ready.
Then listen up. Like it or not, I'm talking about this op is... All the details you need, don't come back until...
These missions with them, they'll just keep giving them to you over and over and over again. Scribe Halen's missions particularly seem to be really good for getting you extra junk, whereas the other one you just get lots of experience for killing baddies.
Scribe Halen?
Ree still giving you the cold shoulder. So, are you ready to take on your first assignment?
What exactly?
We do all the... Of course.
Right.
Anyway.
Ready.
Great. One of the Brotherhoods. I have a list here. Good luck.
Her missions also tend to be a heck of a lot more brutal than his, for whatever reason. Even though his missions involve killing lots and lots of stuff, she sends you into some really dangerous areas. We can just keep doing those missions over and over and over again, but until we complete the main storyline quest to a point where the Brotherhood shows up, we're not going to get our T60. I want to take some time to talk about a perk that I'll bet a lot of you have not taken or even looked at, especially if you've not gone with high intelligence on your character, since you need a really high intelligence to get it. And it looks useless because it doesn't give the damage bonus that it used to, which is Robotics Expert. Robotics, since this is the first Protectron, well, second Protectron that we've run into, if you hack a robot, you gain a chance to power it on or off or initiate a self-destruct. The self-destruct it's not just it shakes and statics and falls over. It goes off like a nuclear bomb. I mean, it's a nuka grenade. And it can be any robot. It's not just robots that you hack through a terminal. You go up to a robot And when you get right up in its face, even if it's an enemy robot, there will be an R that will show up. And if you tap R as you're right close to it, everything will stop, and you'll get a chance to issue commands to the robots. So this perk is quite excellent. Really, really good. And as you get higher and higher in ranks, it's even significantly better. I mean, level 19, you can incite it to attack. So remember, we were at Wicked Shipping, and that Protectron just sort of stood around like a big dumb idiot when there were feral ghouls all over the place when I was trying to get the ghouls to attack it so it would attack them. Well, if you've got the second rank, you can now hack it and say, you, go attack that thing. And then when you get to this third rank, it basically gives you a second. The robot will act like a companion to you. Level 44, so I mean that's about as high as you're ever going to get before you start getting bored with a character and start over. At least that's what I do. I mean, once I get beyond level 40 with a character, I start getting pretty bored and start over. But it's a super cool perk. This character doesn't qualify for it. I just want to put it out there, just in case you gloss over it because you think it's lame compared to what it was in Fallout 3 or Fallout New Vegas. Nuh-uh. If anything, it's even better because you can just go up to a robot, even at the first level of the perk. You can go up to any enemy robot, hack it, and say, you, self-destruct.
Perfect.
Ooh, nice. Nuke the Man, the deviant festival that's sweeping the nation. Wow, that's subtle. Fallout has never been, could never be accused of being subtle in their commentary.
Attention, this is now a combat zone. You may suffer harm, up to and including death if you remain.
Well, that takes care of that. That was easy. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. The 4-crank laser musket. Screwdriver? Is there a point to picking it up? No, not really. It's got wood and steel. Two of the most abundant resources out there. Yeah, resources is resources, I guess. Ooh, I got trapped. Okay, let's see what this mission is for Scribe Halen. So we can just jump to Grey Garden, dump off a whole bunch of our garbage, our junk, and because it's a part of our network of connected settlements with the supply lines, then I don't have to worry about going like back and forth between here and then there. I can just go straight to here, dump off the junk, and then go up to here. Neat. It's just it's a slight time saver and it's a slight aggravation saver. It's also nice having all these settlements networked together so that they share resources so they keep each other happy. Man, I still can't believe that you can assign robots to guard posts.
Hey.
Oh, he's so cute with his welding goggles and the pathetic look on his face. Oh yeah, since this is now a friendly group of robots, we can now like, for example, just scrap all this stuff and it will be added to our... That's the other advantage here, is that, you know, I can get the screws and the oil and the steel and all this stuff. All this stuff gets added to the junk available at all the settlements, even though I scrapped it here. Although, strangely, you can't scrap these parts. Must be like cannibalism or something, I don't know. And this thing looks like it should be worth a lot of resources. Can't scrap it. That's kind of frustrating. And you can go and build, like, you know, big, huge second human settlement down there by building a settlement beacon, attracting humans, and turning this into a big, huge, real community. Why? I don't know. It's for people who are probably a lot more obsessive than I am, which is, frankly, kind of a frightening statement. But there you go. I mean, that's the primary... I was talking before about how community leaders letting me dump off some junk here, and then having it be shared out. It's thus saving me one fast travel hop, but the real advantage was doing what I just did, which was scrapping stuff that you just can't carry with you, and then having that set of resources be available between all of your different settlements. Alright, let's carry on with this mission for Scribe Halen, because I want to see the SuperDuper Mart. I bet there's lots of stuff there, based on what happened with the adventure with Moira Brown doing the Wasteland Survival Guide in Fallout 3. So much is shared over into this Fallout 4 from Fallout 3. It's kind of neat. There's a continuity there. Ooh, bank. The Fallout games, it's so hard to not get distracted. It is the complete and total enemy of attention deficit disorder sufferers everywhere. Like, oh, bank! Let's go see the bank. What's magnetically locked? Let's see if we can get into the terminal. I bet. Oh, security door control? Oh. Wow, who knew bank security was so bad? Aww. Rip off. There's a hole in the back of the wall. And nothing's left inside all the... Oh, you demons, you devils, you. That was mean. Mad respect, Bethesda. That was awesome. Ooh, Mr. Handy Fuel. I got your propane station here. Mr. Handy Fuel is really good stuff, as I recall. Let's have a look at that junk. Mr. Handy Fuel. Oil 2. Good for what oils you. Shopping baskets, plastic and steel, pfft, worthless. I mean, it's not required that you know what every single cotton picking thing is worth in terms of resources when it's scrapped and used for crafting, but it's good to know some of the better ones. Like knowing that aluminum and crystal can be particular barriers to crafting, and then to know which items happen to have those resources in them. It's kind of neat seeing that upscaled,
Yes.
higher graphics version of a location that was, you know, in an older game. I mean, this is so much more beautiful, so much more heavily populated and beautifully rendered and more fully colored than the SuperDuper Mart that was in Fallout 3. It'd be almost hard to go back to Fallout 3 and play that after having seen this. Those ghouls can be sneaky. Doing so much less damage than the 4-crank laser musket, as you can see. I'm using more charges taking this thing down than I would if I was using the laser musket. let us compare and contrast. So even though I have to blow 4 fusion cells when I crank this thing up all the way, I'm still coming out ahead than when I was using Righteous Authority. Now, granted, I have not upgraded Righteous Authority like I've upgraded this thing. But as I say, you know, when you initially get this weapon, you think, God, this thing's an aggravating pain in the butt. Why would I ever use this stupid weapon? And there's the reason that when you're doing a crafting type character and you upgrade this thing, it is a pretty darn nice weapon. Why are sugar bombs in the toilet? Oh, ew! There's sugar bombs in the toilet with a spoon next to it. Gross. Ew. Yuck. I love the Wasteland Survival Guide. Again, that's a thing from Fallout 3, and you can so totally imagine Moira Brown doing drawings like that for the cover of her Wasteland Survival Guides. Am I using you as my bullet shield? Yes, I am. Sorry, boy. And for all that, there's nothing in the back of the truck. All right. Let's turn these in, and we'll try and carry on from here. The only real takeaway from either of those is that the missions that you do for Knight Reese are a lot easier and less involved than the ones you do for Scribe Halen. Ironically, although Scribe Halen is just sending you after some bit of technological junk, her missions always seem to be a lot more challenging than the missions for Reese. You'd think that the guy sending you on search and destroy missions would be sending you after much more difficult challenges, but no, what we just did is we cleared out a subway tunnel for this guy, and we had to kill a single stalker, and then the rest of the opponents were feral ghouls, and most of them were already dead. And then we went to the SuperDuper Mart, and we ended up fighting one stalker and roamer after another, after another, after another. I died 3 times on that mission. On the other hand, you get way more stuff when you do missions for Scribe Halen here. But boy, I mean, she must secretly hate you, even though she's really nice. Yes, it worked.
Here it is.
Good work. Here. You earned it. Now, I think Dan's wanted to see you. Go check in with him. I'll have another mission.
Yeah, I'm not going to do another mission for her.
So, are you finished or what?
Yay, we leveled up. I can rebuild my cooking station that I inadvertently destroyed.
Affirmative.
Really? Maybe you're not as worthless as I thought. Here, take this. If you don't like it, tough. Commonwealth is a big
Oh, this
place
guy's
in
a
need of some
jerk.
serious
He's a big old
exterminating.
poopy head.
If you're interested in heading out on another mission, you let me know. Anytime.
I'm not ready.
You know where to find me. Just don't take all day.
What a jerk. Those missions are also good for lots of experience, and we wanted to level up, and I know exactly what level up I want to do. I want to get my 2nd level of local leader, so I can rebuild a cooking station that I rather stupidly destroyed.
I hope this means you're ready to
Dan,
head
did
back
you want
out
to talk
there.
to me?
Come back.
There's so much we've yet
I've
to
got another
uncover.
mission for you, if
Good.
you're ready.
Oh yeah, I'm ready.
Ready.
Outstanding.
Born ready.
Over the years, the Brotherhood has sent several recon teams to the Commonwealth. The last squad went in 3 years ago. They never reported back. Officially.
Are you
they're
standing
missing.
on my dog?
Presumed dead.
Was there a rescue?
No. Everyone the team is lost. We have a response.
Where should I begin?
Their insertion. Monitor if you can.
Oh no,
Ready
no,
to
he's
clear out
standing
some
on Reese. I don't mind you
abominations?
standing on Reese. He's a poopy head. And here we go. We landed on our landing spot. See, I got a little welcome mat, and I landed right here. And now I'm going to make an inside cooking station. It doesn't matter. I could have dragged that outdoor cook fire in here. It's not like it would have burned down my workshop or anything, but I don't know. It's hard not to be weird about crafting unless you have way more self-discipline than I have. So now we can build all of our crafting stations. And we can also make some other things, which we're going to show off here. So let's make a cooking station, a cooking stove. Cooking stove. There you go. And let's make... Oh, I've got an extra body in here. And so I've got more food production. So now actually my defense needs, my food is up to 24 and my water's 10, so I need a defense of 34. And my defense is 35 because I built some extra turrets in here. Let's dope up Mama Murphy! Oh, first things first. Most important. Dog meat! Dog meat, come here. Come here. Stop running away from me. I'm not actually going to drop stuff on you. I'm going to take it off.
Hey.
I'll need some psycho before I can use the sight this time.
Here you go!
I've got it.
Oh, Lord. That's pure. Gonna be an
Man.
interesting trip. I see you surrounded
And you
by
get so much
outstretched
experience by
hands.
loading her up with
Everyone
drugs.
needs
We've
your
gotten
help,
hundreds of
kid.
experience.
Everyone wants you to see things their way. And whether you want it or not, you're gonna have to decide which ways of life keep going in the Commonwealth and which end. Oh no. You should have seen this coming.
Awesome. Oh no. Oh. Look at me, I'm a hopeless drug addict. Whee! Oh, this is terrible. I'm a terrible human being. Are you guys all following me around? Oh my god! You're like following me around. Whee! You know what? I know what we're going to do with her. We're going to make her into a scarecrow. So these people stay in the field and farm for me while they're observing her corpse. I hope this thing goes away after a while. Most of the corpses do, I guess, go away after a while. There we go. Spiked pole. There we go, Mama Murphy. You're going to serve your purpose. Nope, that didn't work. Nope. Yep. I can't believe they're like not calling me on desecrating her corpse. Oh god. Okay, we can't desecrate her corpse. Alright, whatever. Let's get to farming here, kids.
Seems to be growing well.
Well, it's got some extra fertilizer on it anyway. That's terribly, horribly immature of me. But you know, just because I'm a parent doesn't mean that I'm not allowed to be immature. I don't think. Does it? Oh, now we've got production going on this stuff. Hope, perhaps I'll just delete that little
I need to
digression.
assign someone to this.
Oh dear, well, we got one razor grain, but that's okay. It only takes one razor grain to make a Mirelurk cake. Okay. All right, let's see how we're doing on our crafting. Ooh. My chair. I even got a spot for that chair. That is a nice chair. I've got a great chair for my spot, or for my little pad here. Terrible human being, I really am. All right, let's craft some adhesive. So this is convenient, isn't it? Oh, I got no bones. Oh, cancel. I've got ooh, berserk syringe. Me likey. Grape bentats are awesome. Let's see. Oh, I only got one whiskey. You need whiskey to be popular. Yep. These drugs are pretty good. Oh, I don't want to burn out my circuitry on Psycho, and I don't want to burn out my hub flowers in that either. Let's see. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Oh, some of these I have everything that I need. Oh, I can make lots of plasma binds. But I need to be really high level to get that stuff. Molotov cocktails, totally not worth. I mean, it uses up adhesive. And even though I have a farm for making adhesive, that is so totally not worth it. Alright, let's get a recon scope on our 4-crank laser musket. Nice. 40 experience for that. So, you know, like I had said earlier, hopefully not in deleted footage, that it seems like the more resources required to make a particular modification, the higher the level of experience that you get for making that particular item. The stun pack is really good, because that chance to stun, the stunning happens quite often. And when you stun, I mean, it is what it says on the cover. When you stun people, they just sort of drop over and spastically twitch on the ground. Oh, we're going to show off the thing that we got for Local Leader 2 now, which is going to be super convenient. So you can wait around for Trash Can Carla to rotate around to your settlement, or you can go to Diamond City and you can hunt people out. But honestly, why should you have to do that when you can just make your own general trader? And I have more than enough bottle caps. Now I need Cap Collector 2 in order to get the Emporium, and the level of stuff that you get from each of these is greater. We're just going to make a trading shop. Not only does it make the settlement happier, which in turn seems to improve its productivity and improve the number of settlers that come in. I'm not sure about that. In fact, I could very well be wrong about that. But if I have a spare settler that I can assign to this, which currently I really don't, what I can do is I'll have a general store that's always there. I can always have a place to sell my stuff. And not only that, but the general store has junk. And then I can get even more junk, which turns my settlement into even more of a junk and resource factory. I've waited until daylight to show off my extraordinarily immature trick for identifying my shopkeepers. It seems that from time to time, the shopkeeper will not stay near the shop that I've assigned to them, and it becomes extremely difficult to figure out who that is because they're all called settler. And if you've got 8, 10, 15, 20 settlers in your workshop, you're going to have a really hard time finding them and identifying them. Now, of course, you know, when someone's an assigned resource, you can see that they both glow. However, if this person is not anywhere near this shop, like not within line of sight of it, I can't figure it out. And in fact, when I hover over him, it says settler. It doesn't say settler working a general store. It doesn't say shopkeeper. So how do I identify that this person's a shopkeeper? And in addition, I don't, after shop hours, he won't be near the shop. How do I make sure that I don't assign him to do something else? I have a way of uniquely identifying these shopkeepers. First of all, I always assign men to operate these shops, and then I will trade with him.
Hi.
Now he stands out just a little bit. If I happen to see a man who's wearing a dress at my settlement, and even if he's nowhere near the shop, if it's during business hours, I can still trade with him. It's totally immature, but it's what works for me, and, I got a good laugh out of it. Oh, I love how they've put the appropriate footwear on those dresses, too. It's very fetching. So yes, my colony is unique in having a large number of transvestites working the shops. Cross-dressers. Let's be correct about that. And the other important thing about shopkeeping, you can assign these named settlers, these people that came with Preston Garvey. Junlong and Marcy and Preston can't be assigned, but they can be assigned to shops. However, for whatever reason, they continue to sort of do their autopilot thing. So they'll, stand in front of plants, or they'll be, standing behind this building, pounding on the wall all day, and you have to try and hunt them down. And since Sanctuary is so big, it can take some time and effort to find them. Unlike a normal settler, they will not stay near the shop. When I first built the shops...
Can't remember the last time I had clean fingernails.
Hi.
Looking to buy?
Sure. Let's take a look.
Let me know what you'd like.
So I just set this guy up a short time ago. He's got 275 caps on him, which you can't get off of him. It's like the shop money. And he has a whole bunch of junk, some of which I have marked as... flagged as containing components that I want, nuclear material and fiber optics. So this is a very good way of dealing with shortages of material. Here we go, 4 bone for a jawless Brahmin's skull for 3 caps. That's awesome, because you can turn that into oil if you've got some acid and a few other things lying around. Sealed Wonder Glue for adhesive, yeah. I mean, yeah, it's 65 caps, it's expensive, but you can basically, for example, harvest a whole bunch of extra mute fruit, give him the mute, sell him the mute fruit, and then trade it in for junk, and his junk supply constantly recycles. I'm not going to do any of that now. I will do as much of my shopping and inventory management as I can off screen, so I don't waste your time with that. If you want to build buildings in your settlement, and by no means are you required to do so, but if you want to build buildings in your settlement, most of the other settlements you don't have pre-existing foundations like the one that I used for the 2 buildings that I built, the mass barracks and my own workshop. And you'll have a lot of uneven ground like this, and it's really hard to build on that uneven ground, and there's a very easy fix around that. This fix also can be used for repairing the walls around the castle. If you do the Minuteman missions, there's a castle, a literal castle that you unlock, a fort that you unlock, but the walls are all destroyed and you need to fix those walls. You fix those walls by putting in these cement foundations that I'm about to show you. Sorry, I'm getting a little sidetracked there, aren't I? So these floors, I mean, this one I could build here, but it would be very uneven, and there would be... They could be attached to each other. Well, I'll just show you. How about that? If I do this, this will work, and it is probably the most resource-effective way to do it. It looks a little sloppy, but it works. And then you can build on top of these. The other way to do it is with this. This one, I find, can be hard to line up correctly at times. Let's see, it's kind of jumping in and out of focus here. I'm trying to get it to... There we go. And you get experience each time. The one that you would use for repairing walls or sealing off areas, this isn't just a floor and a foundation. This is a wall. And it seems that many other people who go heavy in on the crafting and building... Oh, I leveled up! Eee! A lot of the other people who go heavy in on crafting and building also use this foundation. This uses 12 wood and 3 concrete. Concrete is used for very little else, so you could just go nuts with this. I have seen people make entire hotels out of these foundations, and like, you know, big, huge concrete office tower type things, which is pretty cool. So if you need to level off some ground in order to have a space to build onto, even for something as simple as one of these prefabs, that is how you do it. And then once you get that foundation up there, either you have to have part of that floor sort of overlapping the ground here, or you can go to the stairs. And this stairway wants to have its base on the ground. You cannot really squeeze this in a way that will let you use it to get into that entrance. This one's sort of a little joiner thing that's, I think, really meant to even out the base of other stairs where the stairs don't quite reach to where they're supposed to. This one and this one, these are the two stairs that you're going to want to use in order to gain access to things that aren't quite on ground level, because you can sink them into the ground and they will latch on to a foundation floor. And so there. And that's all there really is to that. Took me more time than I'm willing to admit to figure that out, so I thought I would share that if you want to do building, especially building large complex structures, you have to start with the foundation. We've done quite a bit of crafting, and we've leveled up. So let's look at our perks chart and see what it is we can do. We can do Armorer, and we can get to rank 2 armor mods. And rank 2 armor mods, mostly what that's going to help us with is our suit of T45 armor, which I'm strongly tempted to do rather than just banking it or using it on expert hacking. We are not able to get science yet. We're still a couple levels away from that. We can get another rank of demolition expert. So we're getting a good combat boost there, and we're also gaining access to things like fragmentation mines, so this is a tough choice. But for this next step in our walkthrough, I think what we are going to do is we are going to do the mission with Dance. And to do that mission with Dance, I think we really need to do that one with the power armor. And the power armor is going to be a lot nicer if we take that second rank of armor, so I think that's what we're going to do. So let's take a look at what we can do with a second rank of armorer and the T45 armor. And I'm probably going to do a lot of adhesive farming and junk purchasing and other things off screen, so you may see my junk collection suddenly increase, or you may say, where did he get all that stuff from? It's because I am not making you watch me do a lot of the purchasing, inventory management, and adhesive farming now that I've shown you how to get that adhesive farm working. One of the things that I've neglected to mention up until now, I've been doing a lot of crafting and a lot of adhesive farming just now that we've skipped past because I've already shown you that stuff. Refreshing beverage is not something that I have shown you. It is one of the healing recipes at the chemistry station, and it removes all rads and cures all addictions, and it also heals. This is the reset switch. It requires a lot of resources. It requires antiseptic, blood packs. Blood packs are relatively rare, purified water, radaway, and a stim pack. So it requires a lot of stuff to create, but it does everything all in one go and lets you cure addictions without having to find a dick-doll. Okay, I've done a bunch of adhesive farming. I've also traded off a lot of my junk, like I had a giant pile of 38 ammo which I don't like the pipe weapons, so I always sell that off, and I used it to empty out the general store that I had created of all of its junk. And now I have adhesive so that I can modify this armor. So I can go all the way up to Model D now that I have 1 rank of Science and 2 ranks of Armorer. And that's a 160 armor, 120 energy resistance, and 150 radiation resistance. The radiation resistance is consistent, but the rest of it isn't. And also the health goes way up. So before any other modifications that you can make, you definitely want to go with modifying it up from Model A to whatever you can. This is... Righteous Authority is currently the least good of my weapons. Unfortunately, I did use up all of my adhesive upgrading this power armor to T45D power armor. So I didn't have enough adhesive left over to upgrade Righteous Authority. My intention is to turn Righteous Authority into a really powerful automatic weapon, maybe, that's meant for close range, so then I will have an energy weapon for blasting people up close, and then I will have a second energy weapon for going after people with sniping, which would be the 4-crank laser musket. I'm starting to wonder if that one wicked shipping truck that I found in the highway is the only one that I'm ever going to find. This airplane has random encounters, so what you find near this airplane is going to be different depending on just roll of the dice. And in this case, it looks like we've got... Is it a Mr. Gutsy? It is. I think all robots are more resistant to energy than they are to physical attacks, but let's see. Oh, that did a job on him. Usually the robots are more of a challenge than that. That wasn't too bad. Now, where were you, Mr. Robot? Were you up on the second level of this place? Yes, you were. Fusion cell, 45 rounds, vacuum tube, steel we can ignore.
Yes.
There's some good stuff in and around this airplane, but I'm not going to make you watch me loot it all. Some glowing fungus, which can be turned into Radaway. Bloodleaf always grows in or near water. I could walk across this pond, like along the bottom, but I discovered the hard way that there's a limit to the amount of oxygen that the power armor stores. So you will suffocate eventually. You just won't suffocate as soon as when you're swimming. Unfortunately, the power armor you can't swim. You have to walk along the bottom. And if you're walking along the bottom, well, you might get stuck and then suffocate to death, which is not something that happened to me. It is the voice of experience speaking there. Oh, I am so bad at sneaking. I don't even know why I bother. They killed their own dog. Ooh, dog armor for dog meat. Yay! Critical hit for you. Die. Die, scum. missed. The recon scope makes it so much easier to find these guys. This General Atomics location, I will show it on the map, is neat. With a number of persuasion checks, and I think maybe the robotics expert perk.
Welcome on in.
You can unlock this location as a series of stores. Otherwise, these Mr. Handies will start going haywire and attacking you when you speak to them. It's right here. So you can see that we started here at 10 Pines Bluff, we went to the Skylanes, and now we're at this General Atomics Galleria. We're going to follow this road down to where the Search for the Recon Team mission is.
Step right up.
Oh, hey, wait, we've got a bunch of stuff for dog meat. Dog
Hey,
meat. Come here.
over here.
That's pretty cool. Kind of an evil-looking muzzle that I've stuck on him, but he looks dangerous. And he's got his goggles on with his funny muzzle. I really like these follow the distress signal missions. There's nothing too special about them, but it is a neat touch. Something new. Something new is always good. It's good to see that Bethesda has not rested on their rather significant laurels. Whoa. That's a lot of ghouls. Wow, I am terrible with this weapon. It's not that good. Uh-oh. No, 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 no. I'm going to take a little side trip here inside Med-Tek Research because I think there's something in here that we want. You'll definitely see the video jump forward, maybe even in a major way, when I go in here. I wonder if it's possible to do the Black Knight from Monty Python's The Holy Grail with these guys. This guy's lost both of his arms. I wonder if it's possible to blow his legs and his arms off and just have him on the ground trying to come after you, or if he would just die. I expect that Bethesda was probably smart enough to not let that happen. Ooh, I like that. I'll have to upgrade that so I can actually use it as good armor. go down, die, die, die. Let's just beat you into a pulp. There. Medical facilities are obviously good for getting lots of drugs. Although this medical facility has also provided us with a lot of 10mm ammo, which is something one doesn't exactly expect. Yeah, your normal feral doesn't stand a chance against this thing anymore. Bye.
Fused solid. This one too. What happened here?
This distress pulsar, we're going to get one of these at each of these stages of this mission. If we look in our inventory under junk at the distress pulsar, it has 2 aluminum, circuitry, and nuclear material, all of which are relatively rare resources that can act as a barrier to crafting, and you certainly don't want to sell them for caps, because it's only worth 5 caps.
Ambushed on the road. We're outnumbered 5 to 1. Bottom, report. Horse down to 5%. We'll have to scuttle the armor. We can't let them have it.
So now we have to move to the next distress pulsar location.
Terra Aslan, Brotherhood of Steel, Recon Team 429 Alpha, serial number 3431. It's been 3 hours since I set my distress pulsar. There's been no word from the Paladin or Ferris. Their objective was a satellite array on the coast. They may be out of range.
So I had mentioned the 4-crank laser musket before, and how the recon scope is really handy, but I don't think I've ever actually demonstrated it, and so that's what we're going to do here. So here we've got, oh, there's a red diamond there, showing off him, and I think there's another guy there. Yep. Once we hover the crosshairs over one of these guys for a second or two, they will become highlighted as enemies. There's one. Where are the others? There has to be more than just two super mutants out there. Let's see if I can take one of these bad boys out. Oh! A Skulled Legendary. And there's another one there. Yeah, we're not capable of handling these guys. Sorry about the abrupt end here with episode 5. Thank you very much for watching, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube. This has been Glenn, the Paternal Nerd. This has been episode 5, All the Crafting with Biff the Builder. We are going to be going to get the Syringer from the Medford Community Hospital next episode, and we are going to get started on the main plot quest so we can level up, so we can actually take on those super mutants at that satellite array without dying horribly over and over again.